Another blow to the crypto industry. China announces it will ban financial institutions and payment companies from providing services related to cryptocurrency transactions. Beijing also warned investors against speculative crypto trading. Now, the ban on institutions includes banks and online payment channels, and it prohibits activities including registration, trading, clearing, and settlement. So joining me now to go further in depth on this topic are Boom Bust co-host and crypto analyst Ben Swan and Christy I. Christy, let's start with you here. Does this announcement from China surprise you?
No, this ban doesn't surprise me at all. It's absolutely nothing new, especially given China's history with crypto. I mean, let's look at the timeline here. In 2013, China bans Bitcoin. In 2014, China bans Bitcoin again. In 2015, China bans Bitcoin, and then we catch a nice little break in 2016. Then come 2017, China bans Ethereum by making ICOs illegal. So now, 2021, we get another Bitcoin ban. So the funny part is, with all of this banning, China is still accounted for about 90% of trading up until 2017. So it looks like those bans were pretty ineffective. So this development reflected China's campaign to basically limit institutional activity in cryptocurrency as it prepares to launch its own digital currency. And they also lack control of things like Bitcoins in terms of cash outflows. So this is just another attempt at a crackdown. However, here's the thing. This statement doesn't really have any new regulatory steps. This notice was conveyed by the central bank, but compiled by industry associations rather than the government officials, making it less powerful. So at this point, they just want caution. They feel the market is a little overhyped, there's a little speculation out there, and there's this fear of a growing bubble that could have massive financial contagion effects and implications. And to be perfectly clear here, China is only restricting institutions from engaging in crypto trading, not retail. So this really shouldn't even be considered a story. It's a non-story. It's pure FUD, fear, uncertainty, doubt.
Yeah, and I know anytime you see the words China ban and cryptocurrency, people start freaking out. And I even saw an article online that was saying, no, China didn't ban cryptocurrencies completely, because that's where what some people were taking it as. But it still seems to have an effect on Bitcoin, or at least it's adding to all of the impacts on Bitcoin. And I know, Ben, it's been a couple of rough weeks for cryptocurrencies, with Bitcoin falling below 40,000, hitting a 14-week low. Are we likely to see continued losses here?
Well, we might see Bitcoin continue to kind of correct here. I don't think this is even really truly a correction in the market, because corrections are a natural occurrence when there are booms and busts, right? When currency goes up or cryptocurrency goes up, it has to come back down and even out at some point. That's not really what's happening here. A lot of what we're seeing over the last couple of weeks in terms of how the numbers for Bitcoin and for some of these other cryptos are being affected really comes back to some scaring in the market, because the IRS comes in and says, hey, we want to start going into people's wallets and finding out who has what. We're going to start going after crypto users to try to get taxes from them because we don't think they've been paying taxes. And so you're getting news that's kind of sparking fear. This happened, by the way, back in 2017 when Bitcoin was very high and all those altcoins shot to the moon back in 2017. The same thing happened at that time as well, which is that all of a sudden there's a lot of attention and there's people making money. And as soon as people start to make money, governments come in and start to either pass regulation or want a piece of the action. And that causes some uncertainty in the market. And as Christy pointed out, in terms of China, one thing that's very important there is that these are regulations and warnings that are going out specifically to financial institutions to say institutions should not be allowed to do this. That does not mean that individual retail investors are going to back away from Bitcoin. In fact, I would say more than any other country, China is probably accelerating the adoption of other cryptos, because China is leading the way in terms of developing a central bank digital currency, which obviously some other nations have done as well, but none to the extent China's about to. And when you do that, you're actually introducing more of your population to the comfort level of owning digital or even cryptocurrencies.
Now, Christy, I want to get your take on that as well, because we've seen that the prices of top cryptos are all falling. So do you believe that this could spark a major sell-off?
I mean, other than what we've seen this morning, no, I think we've seen the worst of it as Bitcoin kind of slid to the lows of 30,000, marking a 53% loss from its highs. But essentially with the poor price action of Bitcoin over the past few days, breaking the near-term supports, dipping below its 200-day moving average at 39K, it sparked this domino effect as all of the heavily levered players got shaken out. So first went the derivatives in the futures market as the exchanges stopped providing liquidity, and that led to more than $8 billion in position liquidations due to margin calls, which then sparked this plunge towards 30,000. And so Bitcoin futures accounted for almost 50% of the total market-wide liquidations. However, we're still quite short of the record 10 billion of forced closures that we saw back in April. So this was a mini correction that we needed to happen as we are nearing a capitulation point here at around 30,000. And also regarding altcoins, you mentioned, I know you mentioned like Ethereum and all that. Bitcoin dominance is finally going to be below 40%. So this is actually so exciting. Altcoins, especially ETH, will start to unpair from Bitcoin at this point. And during this meltdown this morning, you have so many. You have Matic, Sushi, Fandom, and Solana. All of them were up by double digits. So this really isn't the end of Bitcoin. In fact, alt season is just getting started. It was just a little sell-off and a dip below the 200, which is absolutely nothing out of the ordinary for Bitcoin.
Okay, so still a lot to look forward to there. Now, Ben, I know this week Christy and I have been talking about Elon Musk and everything that he has brought to the crypto space or taken away from it.
Yeah.
So what's your take here? I mean, it seems like Musk helped crypto when Tesla began accepting it, but then hurt Bitcoin when he suddenly stopped. What's going on there?
Yeah, I think overall Elon Musk is not necessarily good for the crypto market because it plays into the narrative that media loves, right? You get one kind of central figure, you pay attention to what they're doing, you overhype what that one person is saying or doing. He did help, I think, in some ways, Bitcoin to kind of shoot up a little bit in terms of the price, but there were others who did as well, like PayPal and MasterCard and Coinbase. So you see all those things happening simultaneously. And so I think he was a part of that. And then, yes, he announces he's no longer going to accept Bitcoin. And so, the numbers start to slide kind of in correlation to some other things. Correlation is not equal causation. We know that. But I do think that Elon Musk is just one guy who talks a lot and he tweets a lot. Fine. But Elon Musk is not the sun rising and setting on cryptocurrencies. This is a vibrant space, as Christy was just pointing out, without him. It's a vibrant space in general. It will continue to do well. I think what you have to watch out for right now is there are forces that are working very hard to try to discredit Bitcoin, whether it be from the federal side, from the issue of the energy side and the environment. So I think there are some groups that are trying to do battle with it. I think Elon Musk is fine. He's just not going to be the center of this universe.
Yeah, he just can't seem to quite figure his mind out, but we'll see. I mean, I know he's gotten a lot of attention and he's brought more attention to the crypto space. So there's that in the long run. Ben Swan, Christy I, thank you both for your time and insight.
Thank you.